going to be filming the military spouse tag, and this is actually a collaboration with Angela again. She was the person I collabed with for my spring cleaning first video, the living room. So I'm going to go ahead and link her channel right here. I'm just going to give you a quick recap again. She's also a military wife. She's also in Okinawa, Japan with me. She has 3 sons. I have 1. They love playing together. We get along like always. We never have a break in conversation. She's just such an awesome person. I love her vlogs. I love listening to her boys talk to her because my son isn't quite at that stage yet, so I love hearing it. And we just thought it'd be fun to go ahead and film the military spouse tag since we're both military spouses. So I'm going to be reading off the questions on my phone. The first question is, how did you and your spouse meet? Nolan and I met in a tattoo parlor. It was where I got my belly button pierced and my first tattoo, my zodiac sign behind my ear. We met there before I had any tattoos. It was right before I was about to start my job, and he was getting his chest piece started, and I was there with my best friend at the time's boyfriend, and he was getting a tattoo and I went with him. So we met, he was getting his tattoo done, and it was a fairy tale ever since then. Question 2 is, how old were you when you two met? I was freshly 18. I was 18 in maybe 3 weeks. I had just turned 18, and Nolan was 23 at the time, almost 24. Question 3 is, how long have you been together? We've been together since February of 2015, so in a month, less than a month, in a couple weeks actually, it'll be 3 years. Question 4 is, where are you and your spouse originally from? I say Florida. I was born in Wisconsin, spent 10 years there, but then I spent 10 years in Florida. So Jacksonville, Florida, and he's from Ohio. Question 5 is, how did you feel about him joining the military? I didn't know him when he joined the military, but I mean, I've always been a strong supporter of the military and the people who serve, so I don't know, I would have supported it, I guess, if we were together at the time. Question 6 is, where did your spouse go to basic training? I don't know, Chicago or something? I really have no idea. Sorry. I know that all the Marines that I went to school with that joined the Marines went to South Carolina or something, but I'm not quite sure. He went to a lot of different training in a lot of different schools. So question 7 is, has your spouse ever been deployed? He's been deployed 3 times. In this last deployment he was on, he actually missed our wedding anniversary and JR's birth. So question 8 is, have you ever been to his promotion ceremony? Yes, he actually got promoted as soon as we got to Okinawa here, and I was able to go to that ceremony with him. Question 9, how long have you been a military wife? We got married in June of 15, so I've been a military wife for 2.5 years. Question 10, did you marry him before or after he joined? Like I said before, he'd already been in for about almost 4 years. Question 11 is, how did your husband propose? There was never really a formal, will you marry me? And I don't really know how it happened, but we kind of just, we knew immediately we wanted to get married. Immediately we knew we wanted to get married, so we just kind of did. Yeah, there was never really a proposal with a big ring or anything, so it's kind of a tricky question to answer. Question 12 is, where did you get married? We actually were stationed in San Diego at the time, so we drove to Las Vegas, stayed the night in a really nice room in the Mirage Hotel. We got married at Elvis Chapel. It was definitely, I loved it. It's a good memory. Question 13, how old were you two when you got married? I was, like I said, 18 still, 18 and a half. He had just turned 24, so. Question 14, did he wear his uniform on his wedding day? No, we just drove to Vegas. It was a quick little weekend trip. It was fun, but no, he didn't wear his uniform. We are planning on renewing our vows about 10 years in and having a big family wedding so everybody can experience it, because we did elope. We didn't tell anybody, so it wasn't really fair to our family, but we are planning on doing a 10-year wedding vow renewal thing, and he'll wear his uniform then, and I'll have a pretty white dress. Question 15, where are you and your spouse currently stationed? We are stationed in Okinawa, Japan. There's a lot of different bases, but I'm not going to say which base it is anyways, but we're in Okinawa, Japan. It's a pretty small island anyways. Question 16, do you live on base? Yes, the majority of people live on base. You only get to live off base if there's a certain amount of houses taken already at your level and everything. It's really complicated, but yeah, we didn't get a choice. We got a house on this base and another base, and basically we had to choose in an hour of seeing both those houses, and we chose this one. Question 17, how long were you married when you had to go through your first separation? Well, when I married Nolan, it was June, and I knew that they were going to be going on deployment that coming February, so I was kind of prepared for it. I knew it was going to happen. So he was actually going, the Navy does this, I'm not sure if a lot of other branches do this, but he was actually going on constant, I look really shiny. Okay, better. He was going on constant underways, which is like a mini deployment. They could be for 2 days. They were, some of them for like 3 weeks, some were a month, 1 week, 2 weeks. So he was gone a lot. I think he was gone like the weekend or 2 weekends after we got married for like a week, and then he ended up having his first real deployment in February. Question 18, what is your favorite base so far? My favorite base so far, probably Jacksonville. And he was stationed at one of the bases that's in Jacksonville when I met him, but the first base we lived at together was San Diego. I didn't really care for San Diego. Nolan and I really both don't, I mean, we're excited to go back. We would never come back here again. It was a cool experience, but we missed the States. So definitely Jacksonville. I had a really great experience with doctors when I was pregnant, because that's where I got the later care of my pregnancy and JR's birth. So definitely Jacksonville. Question 19, do you think your spouse looks good in his uniform? Yeah, and they're also switching to type 3s, which is the green uniform, because the Navy is known for their like Navy uniform, the navy blue, Navy obviously. He looks amazing in both, but he looks amazing in anything. Have you seen him? Question 20, do you think military life is more advanced than civilian life? I don't really know what they mean by this question. No. If anything, and I hate to say this, but over here, it's probably less civilized. Like, they have their stuff together a little more than back in the States, but like the spouses over here, the majority in like the Facebook groups, because everybody's in all these different Facebook groups over here, probably less civilized. Like, people just get mean on this island. I think it's because they're away from their families and stuff, but I don't really think there's a difference. You're either in the military or you're not. Everybody's a person, a human. I don't know. I don't think so. Question 21, do you like the benefits you receive as a military dependent? Of course I do. That's obviously a big plus, but something people like forget, like, oh, you get your free health care or whatever. Well, we also have to go through long periods of separation where we don't get to talk every day, maybe not even every week, and other people never have to deal with that. So it's definitely nice to have the benefits we have. I didn't pay a single cent for JR's pregnancy, birth, C-section, anything. So that was nice, but you know, we pay in it for other ways. We pay for it in other ways, if that makes sense. Question 22, do you have a lot of military wife friends? No. Like I said before, it's really sad, but it's like this everywhere you go. Women are very catty and cliquey, and over here I think it's just really, really bad. So no, I have Angela. I'm kind of friends with the little girl Skyla I nanny. I'm friends with her mom, and I'm friends with one other mom, but I haven't seen her in like forever. So no, not really. I never really had a lot of friends anyways. I'm more of like an introverted person where you kind of have to like get me out of my shell, and I don't really click with a lot of people. So question 23, what is the hardest part of the military life? The deployments, not knowing where they are, when they'll get back, if they're safe. You can't hear their voices for weeks and months. So just being away, it's definitely hard. I'm still very anxious about our first deployment we'll have when Nolan re-enlists again and he's back to sea duty, when he can go on deployment, and how JR will handle that, because JR will be at least 4 when that happens. So that's definitely makes me anxious. Question 24 is, do you own any military wife stuff? I do, of course I do. I only have like one t-shirt, I think, but I got it when I was pregnant because we did a little photo shoot when I was pregnant right before Nolan went on deployment. I think I was like 23, 24 weeks, so I wasn't very big. I was still big enough, or still small enough to fit in a little t-shirt. If I can find any pictures in that photo shoot, I'll insert it here if I can. Then sorry, but one just regular t-shirt that says Navy wife on it, and I wore that for our maternity photo shoot in some of the pictures because we had 2 different outfits. Question 25, do you support your spouse as a member of the military? Of course. I think everybody should support their spouses as a member of the military. They are doing something I could never do. They are putting themselves on the line all the time. They are getting up at the same times every day. They're working out. They're going on deployments. They're going on underways. They're risking their lives. They're giving up things. They're making sacrifices. Nolan missed the birth of his firstborn son for his career. It's just, I don't think enough people recognize the sacrifices that the spouse, but especially the member, makes when they're a military family. But of course I support him 100%. If he wants to go to 20 years and he wants to retire out of the military even past 20 years, I support him. If he wants to get out after this and not re-enlist again, I support him. I will support him in any decision he makes because it's not my life. I'm not the one going on deployments, and if he chooses to re-enlist and wants to go on a deployment, guess what? I'm gonna work with it. I'm gonna do what he needs me to do because I love him and he loves me, and that's what you do when you're married, whether you're in the military or not. So that was the whole tag. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, please, please link your video down below if you've done this tag, because I love hearing the different perspectives from the different military wives and the different viewpoints for how long your spouse has been and how long you've been affiliated with the military. So if you've done that, please let me know. And if you're a military spouse who hasn't done this tag yet, make sure you comment down below and tell me you're making it, because I want to watch your video too. Once again, go check out Angela's channel. She is my best friend. Her videos are amazing. I just love her so much. And yeah, make sure you check the iCard clicky things in one of these corners. I will have her video linked. I will have her channel linked, and I'll have all that information down in the box below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading 3 times a week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!